Ivy, welcome to 6th level. Druid, whoa. I gotta be on my toes now. You get 4th level spells at 1 more level.
Right. I get a couple bonuses this time though. I can now do a couple other things like land stride, which is nice, and I get to take an extra 3rd level spell, which I appreciate.
Oh my goodness, I have to up my game. Where's my dragon? Where's my dragon book? That's kind of what D&D is. You're challenging your players. So if your players are more powerful, you just have to, bring that challenge rating much higher. So really, you're not more powerful per se because the DM has to match your skill, right?
Sure, but I've noticed I don't suddenly get smarter when I level up, so I've still got the same tools I'm working with.
Well, my monsters don't get smarter. They just get more abundance. They just get more numbers and more hit dice. Just a little taller, a little stronger, some more damage, poison, some more spells, Have to get into the finger of death, disintegrate. That's always fun. Turn to stone. Poison traps, just falling walls, just stuff like that. Magic mouse that explode the whole room with necrotic damage if you miss the riddle. Solve the riddle and you may pass. Fail the riddle and it will be your last.
Bring it on.
Okay, so you're 6th level now. Let me change that. Do you want to do your hit points now?
Sure.
Grab a D8, roll high.
The D8 plus my con. Ooh, 8. Speaking of which, plus 2, so 10. That's awesome. Speaking of which,
higher than average.
Speaking of which, I was thinking of adding a 2nd camera that just goes on to my dice. How do you feel about that? Because I know you'd mentioned that early on.
Well, I like it as long as it doesn't interfere with the game flow, and as long as you're not taking more time. Because I trust you, and that we do, Scout's honor here. But it does sort of add that. I can't deny it does sort of add that real event to it. And I'm afraid to do it myself because, when I'm under pressure, I just roll 20s. It's just awful sometimes.
It is awful sometimes.
Double damage on a roper bite. That's like what, 8 to 64 damage. I don't know what to do. I mean, it says 20, so I guess you call it a massive damage death. Is that what you call it?
Something like that.
Make your death saving throw. Ooh, 1. Whoops. How about you, Istir? Where are you on the XP scale?
Still 4th level. It's gonna take me 2 more thousands.
What level XP? What XP are you?
4,050.
Yeah, Al-Kad is just 1,050 away from 8th.
Wow. Oh no. I mean, great.
Al-Kad says, you two novices, buckle to my power.
Al-Kad, you got something right here. I don't know, some lunch.
Right there. Did I get it?
No, other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stinky, where are you? He wipes his face with his red rug. Catapult pass rug.
Oh, that would be a great addition to your room. Catapult pass rug. Let's often now.
Speaking of which, we still have 2 catapult passes to deal with.
A herd of them.
It became quieter. We can check out on it.
Yes, we can. You guys want to work on that today?
Yes, I think we should.
Yeah, take a survey of the area. Make sure they're either going away or staying. Just to know what the hell is going on with them.
So the story was when Twigs, the other druid, who's not here today, and Emma, was it Emma was there? Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys left Kelda, came across an overturned coach, like a stagecoach, and there was a green mist blocking the road, and there was a catapult pass in there, and HYphe the druid used gust of wind, blew away the smoke, and then revealing the catapult pass, and basically you guys destroyed it partially without warning. And the poor thing got his head chopped off, and it's laid there right in the middle of the road. Didn't even bury it, and no respect, no nothing. So that's what happened. And then the bellowing started, the humming noise, like a awful trumpet started in the wee hours of the morning. And I guess a bunch of them somehow coalesced there, blocking the road, and that was the last you heard of it. You went over there. They definitely were there. You just weren't ready to handle it. So you have to regroup, replan, and figure out what you're going to do. There's a bunch of them over there, just kind of like a herd of elephants, only more dangerous.
So before
Yeah.
just diving in, I think we need to do some reconnaissance, figure out how many there are, and also try to decide who, if anybody, is the alpha, if there's an alpha female and an alpha male, or like who we're dealing with.
Well, you guys get full rest and recoup your spells and your hit points. You want to roll for good berries?
Yes, thanks.
HYphe is 6th level.
3.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 3 good berries.
For good berries. Al-Kad says, that's perfect. That's one for me, one for you, and one for Istir. Yes.
Sure. I'm sure. I have resisted doing that. I mean, I've gone along with it, but usually I think I would have kept them mostly in my own pouch. But yes, I will certainly do that.
Druid,
Sometimes people need 3. That's all I'm saying.
Keep mine for yourself. Annette.
No. I want
I
you
already
to.
have 3.
Oh, you have 3. Well, wait, are they from yesterday? Because those aren't good anymore. Chuck those.
They die or something
24 hours.
after a day.
Yeah. I'm telling him, I'm like giving him one of those looks as I press his palm closed, like keep yours. It's just, I hate when people assume things. That's all.
Okay.
Druid, you are useful after all. I take back what I said about you.
Wait, all of the things you've said about me or just the most recent?
Well, what did I say about you? I think you're very helpful, to the party, and I don't know where we'd be without you. How's that?
Oh, wow, Al-Kad, thanks. I like a lot of your features.
Yeah, well, I've had some good sleep, and I think I'm rested, and I'm thinking clearly today. And you are something. You're starting to look a little more experienced. Is that me or is that you?
That's me. I actually have gained a few skills lately. I've been working really hard on it.
There's a sort of sway in your walk. Like you know which where you're going in the castle.
Thanks for noticing.
You don't need directions anymore, do you?
I really don't, but always interested to hear your perspective, Al-Kad.
Well, my experience is that happens. Things get to people's head, and then they overcompensate, and they think that they know it all.
Al-Kad went back for more lunch.
Am I right?
Certainly, sometimes.
Sure. Certainly sometimes, yes, that's a good answer.
Then we have Istir here, a sorcerer. He has a few tricks, but I think that I'm the real sorcerer, right?
Oh, I think
I
he's
think-
pretty impressive.
Well, I think we have a lot to teach each other. I'm not saying that he's slow or behind the bar. I'm just saying maybe he has he has a lot to learn in a good way. Right, Istir?
Yes,
Speaking of which,
there are things somebody has to learn all the time, no matter what stage of life you're at.
Very well said.
I think I've learned everything. The only thing I need is my 9th level spells, and I'm good.
Which means not everything.
And 8th level, 7th, and 6th, and the 5th. But
You
I'm
already know how to create your own floating city.
working on that. Is that a spell? Which one? Which level is that? Write that down.
I don't think
Floating-
anybody can use
floating
those spells
city.
anymore.
Loving study. Yeah, these are spells from the epoch long past, where the range of the wizards was absolute.
Yeah.
Trying to get back there, can't find that place. Heard about it.
10th level spells, I don't think you can cast them anymore.
Sounds like a wonderful place. If it's the gods that have changed reality, have stolen my 10th level spells, then it's the gods who I will kill and slay them dead. I'll take their power for my own.
Especially the goddess of magic, yes.
Well, all of them. Magic, anti-magic, all of them. Put their learn their powers.
Just without a god of magic, nothing is going to work.
Well, my power is absolute, so I doubt that I need any gods of magic. Do I?
I'm
sure.
whispering to HYphe. I have a feeling we're gonna get rid of 9th level spells in the future 100 years. If he's ever going to get there, something terribly wrong is going to happen.
Yes, you've picked up on that already, have you? I've actually considered, and I'm whispering, I've actually considered going to the Baron for like an intervention kind of a thing. I have concerns, which clearly you see, and I'm grateful for that.
I'll tell you something. Sometimes problems solve themselves.
You're absolutely right.
You don't have to do anything with that. With the way he deals with the world, he's gonna explode himself long before he explodes us.
I'm afraid some of us will be standing next to him. That's the biggest problem.
It's gonna be fun though.
It will be interesting. Yes, I'm still wiping dried burnt vulture off of me in places.
Burnt
You were-
vulture.
Oh, that was yes. He's not real popular over in the marketplace. We were standing in the middle of some stalls and got rid of some trolls, and he basically cast a fireball into the air and caused a flock of vultures to be burnt up, and which all fell onto all of the stalls. It was a mess. He slunk away, and I don't think he's been back since. So if he ever asks you to go get him spell components, that's probably why.
Who in earth are you guys talking to?
Sorry,
Oh,
no,
each other.
we were just trying to decide whether we should give you our good berries too. Just thinking maybe
Just
this
in
time,
case.
just in case.
I'm right here. Are you talking over my head? Because I just said bald head like this.
Of course, we're not to such a level that we could ever talk over your head. You know that.
Yes, the marketplace. Vultures, fireballs. I remember cupcakes. Yes, delicious, scrumptious cupcakes. That's what I remember.
Do you remember
Am I
what
right?
we were fighting that day? I'm wondering, because I don't think you helped at all.
Maybe giant
Well,
cupcakes.
We have to have our priorities. And at that point, it was cupcakes. That's what I remember. And I think
Okay.
we're fighting orcs, but I
No.
I
The orc
killed
was-
one. Go ahead.
Orc was the shopkeeper, actually. Hence part of the problem.
Well, he threw himself into the mix. So what can I do? I think I killed him and revived him, and I think I have him in the dungeon down there. Still. Shackled to the wall. I thought he was the enemy, no?
Not at all.
I was gonna torture him and get some information.
And actually, Godric, I don't think when we do the recon on the Catablopos pod, I don't think we would take Al-Kad with us. I think we would just go scope that out on our own.
Why?
Because, I mean, we're trying to find out how many and who's in charge. I mean, that's going to require a little bit of
Istir is Ymir
why-
and Shira body.
It's gonna be more fun. Come on. Maximum he's gonna get himself 2 more.
Is Ymir, is it like kind of like world body, like an echo?
Oh, I don't know. That's probably me. Do you want me to try to go out again? I don't know why, but my headset's not playing up.
How's your signal?
My signal is, doesn't
Looks
show
fine.
any problem.
I see 2
Maybe-
bars on you right now. 3 bars now.
I can
How
see
about you,
full.
Istir? You're getting a full signal.
Yep. Maybe the
I think it might be me then.
headphones did connect in the end. Then you just have to. Nope.
Think so. I think I have to kind of start them all over. I tried a couple times and it's like, it's the iPad's not recognizing them today.
Well, Al-Kad says, I will not be excluded. I thought I'm the
Sure,
party-
we
I thought
we
I'm the
don't
party
need to
leader.
exclude you. We don't need
I
to
thought-
exclude you. You should go forward and be the first one to talk to them.
I was the party leader. How can you do anything without a leader? Does that make sense?
Well,
Anyway, it's on the highest level, that's for sure. So you guys are like short compared to me, right?
I'm
In
sure.
heights, most definitely. Yes.
You're
So-
vertically and experienced. Well, you're vertically challenged. Did I say it right?
Sure. Yeah, we all have our challenges, don't we?
Well,
So
you know,
yeah,
when you
how
get at
about-
so high of a level, when you get to so
Al-Kad.
high of a level, it's just very few challenges. My challenge is remembering what I had for breakfast. Did we eat breakfast yet?
Yes. As far as I remember, yes.
I'm gonna create a memory spell. That's it. Memory spell, and I'll be good. I think it's the gods. The gods have taken my memory. I will kill the gods and take my memory back.
Godric, knowing that this was exactly the way this was going to go, I think I probably sneaked out the evening before to do a little recon to see how many we're dealing with and who's in charge, who the alphas are.
You want to do that with Istir?
Mhm.
Is your
would-
sneaking all right?
By the way, one of the children comes to Istir and says, you told me you were going to tell me a story. Do you have a story ready? Do you have time for a story?
Another one today? Not exactly. But perhaps
Oh,
later.
let us know, because I love your
Sure.
storytelling.
I will come visit you again whenever I'll get a new story.
Okay, and the child walks out of the room, and you meet with HYphe, and you're discussing the table pass. There was a low hum, a low bellowing this morning between sunset and sunrise. In the wee hours of the morning, some cracks on the castle wall formed from the vibrations, and some sand fell in your hair and your eyes as you were sleeping. And the Baron has all but neglected his responsibilities and been in his room hiding from the sound and from the cries of his own people, from ropers, from missing persons, from giant attacks, from zombie attacks. He's had so much he just can't take it anymore. And he goes to his room and locks the door and drinks potions to keep him asleep. And that's kind of what you're gathering. Really nobody in charge. And like you said, the security is like a Swiss cheese. There's just no security. The guy's still asleep at the front door with the drawbridge open across the moat. He keeps telling everybody he's on a break. He sleeps over a barrel.
Well, this castle is not going to stand here for long if everything continues this way.
You're right.
But you know, the farms are working. They're getting eggs, and they have sheep and cows and pigs, and people are doing their work. There's just nobody in charge of anything.
If I end up seeing the Baroness, I will not make a fuss about it, but I will kind of try to sit near her and chat with her in private. I'll ask her for a private audience.
You see her in a black robe escape in the middle of the night. She has her own quarters. She escapes in the middle of the night on some kind of glowy illusory disc, like a 10-series floating disc, but it comes to her and she sits on it and she just goes out of the castle across the meadows, across the plain, into the forbidden forest. So she's been escaping at night. You've seen that.
Well, no wonder he's depressed.
Unbeknownst to the Baron, who is asleep under his potions.
Well, I think at some point we're going to have to follow her, but for now we probably just need to deal with these this herd. What do you think?
No, we can. I think we can follow her as well if she does not move too fast.
It's pretty quick, that disc, but I mean, I can wild.
What's the speed of the
her.
disc?
A 10-foot floating disc. It's supposed to move with the caster, but this one kind of comes into the property and picks her up and just takes her away. Just doesn't seem to be anybody there. It's just like a shuttle.
What speed it is?
Like a taxi, huh?
What speed does it move?
It's moving, you know, like around 30. It's moving not so fast. Around 30.
Around 30 feet?
And move faster. Yeah, I can do that anytime. Do you want to do that first, or are we going to deal with these?
Let's try and find out who's she meeting in the middle of the night.
Is she asleep?
I have my suspicions.
I do too. Is she asleep on the disc, or is she kind of willingly going?
Make a perception check.
14.
How about you, Istir?
Why not? 17.
HYphe wakes you up to check out the Baroness leaving the castle, and you see her on this 10-foot floating disc. Just going out the side door, and now make an insight, both of you.
And 7.
22.
Istir doesn't realize, but HYphe, you notice that her eyes are closed, like she's sleepwalking. And she's kind of like feeling around like she's sleepwalking, and she gets the disc, and she's in her night clothes, so she hasn't gotten dressed. She hasn't put on her jewelry or her perfume, or even changed her shoes. She's barefoot, and she's carted out by this disc in the middle of the night.
Is there a crow floating anywhere around, or any kind of bird?
A crow. You don't see any crows.
No birds around the disc. That just flies there by itself.
Or a bat.
He's talking to someone.
His children. His little girl. She's adorable.
No crows, just the disc, and taking away the Baroness, and she seems to be in some kind of stupor. This is a cycle, you know. This has happened, you know, every night or every other night.
Let's try and catch up to her. Maybe
If you
we'll
weren't up late walking the halls, would have never known.
My movement's only 25 and I don't want to dash the whole way. So I'm going to wild shape into a raccoon.
Okay, let's say you're in the mess hall in the large chamber where people eat and talk and gather, and there's a big fire usually going, and you're sitting down at the table talking about this, and you just seen her leave just a few moments ago, and there's a large red rug in the center of the room, and that path leads to the side door where she left. And it's just you two.
In the whole mess hall, the whole dining hall?
Yeah, there's somebody in the kitchen cooking, preparing some food maybe for later on, but just you two. Do you want to get Al-Kad?
For this,
Can
I
you-
think we should.
Can
Don't
you
you?
turn into a horse?
I can turn into whatever. Oh, yeah, I think I can. Yes, I know I can.
If you can
Would you
turn
like-
into a horse, we can catch up with her faster. And
Okay,
there's
but
not
we
gonna
won't
be
have
a need to.
Al-Kad.
We can, I don't know, take him with us, half asleep.
Or we can just do some reconnaissance and see where it lands.
Let's not waste time then.
All right, let's go. Let me get my wild shape.
Okay, so you children should be asleep at this time. Where are your parents?
So you are awake.
Looks at you like maybe he doesn't recognize you 100%. Where are your parents? And usually he has some glasses at night. He's not casting the spells. He has the glasses on. They're falling off his face. Children, go to bed.
Don't you need your eyes?
He says, I am a wizard. I can see invisible creatures. Does that sound right? I was actually looking for a spell that he can use, but he has.
He's got floating disc too. And I
He
can,
has-
as a per second goes.
Oh, he does have tensors floating disc, so maybe he can do like set it up. Maybe I don't know. He can definitely follow along. If only
No,
for
there's
him to
no
go there.
need. There's nothing heavy for us to transport.
Okay, just then, as you walk across the table going towards the rug, something sticks to your feet. Did you say you wanted to invite Al-Kad or no?
We can call him with us.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 to 2 HYphe, 3 to 4 Al-Kad, 5 to 6 of Istir. Al-Kad, and also, oh boy. Al-Kad steps across the red rug. And just then his feet are stuck to it. And you see that something strange. His feet are stuck to the rug and he's going, my goodness, we haven't cleaned up this place. We need to sweep up this mess. He's trying to move his feet, but it's like a gooey substance on the rug that's sticking to his feet when he lifts his leg up. And he can't even hardly move. He goes, what in the world is happening here?
Try removing your shoes and levitating.
And then we gotta go, guys. Yes, take off your shoes.
What's going on with this rug? Can I
And,
examine it?
Yeah, make insight.
I think it's perception or investigation.
How are you investigating it?
Like I'm just getting closer to it and poking it with a spoon or something from the table.
Okay, you do that. Make a roll.
Just a second.
I've gone to the door and I'm watching where
what
the
I'm
Baron
rolling
is
in the end?
while they do
Investigation.
that.
You've gone to the door?
I've gone to the door to watch, to keep an eye out on where the Baroness went. I'm not leaving them, but I'm not interested in Al-Kad's silliness, and I don't want to lose the Baroness on this disc. So I'm standing at the door, but watching, you know, kind of like listening to them and the rug issue, but watching the disc as it takes the Baroness.
Okay, make a perception check on DC 15.
15 exactly.
Okay,
Seven.
you notice the door that the Baroness went out of. The door seems to be very clean, like someone's cleaned the door from all the dark soot and ash and just the time decay on it. It seems to be like someone put a completely new door there. It even looks like it was just built there, which is strange to you.
Very strange, because this castle is a little untidy. Nobody ever dusts, so I'm not touching that. Now I'm turning back, and I'm gonna go back to help them figure out something's really wrong here.
Just in
And-
case I'm casting mage armor on myself again. Well,
Mage
I
armor.
got a 10 on my
You cast
investigation.
mage armor, and the spoon sticks to the rug, like
Mhm,
you literally can't pull it off.
mhm.
Not like a magnet, but like a gooey substance stuck to the rug. And Al-Kad's there. He says, "Take off my shoes." So he takes off his shoes out of his boots. He has wizard boots. The moment he puts his feet on the rug, now his feet are
Don't.
stuck.
Just float. I told you to use levitation. Try it. You
Oh,
know.
you mean levitate out of my boots into the air?
Yes.
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
So now
And
you're
then-
stuck to the rug. Let's try and cut it out.
Does this rug also look new, like not the dirty old rug that used to be on the floor, like it's a different rug?
Make an insight. I'll give you +2. Make an insight, Istir.
Insight.
14.
All right. Insight 18.
Okay. This rug. There was no rug here yesterday. Okay.
I'm taking
Okay,
a couple of steps back.
Like I said, this is a nice rug, you know, but it's so sticky. Something's wrong.
Anybody got a torch? Can we pull a torch off the wall and touch it to the rug? Although I don't want to set Al-Kad on
So-
fire.
Al-Kad, is it, sorry, Godric, is it long?
It's a
The rug?
circular rug. Circular.
What does it mean?
Circular.
Circular. I couldn't hear it.
Circular. Circular. It's a
No, I
circular
just
rug.
couldn't hear you.
And the door that HYphe was next to is spanking brand new.
I'll shoot a firebolt at the edge of the rug, not the closest one to Al-Kad.
How about you, HYphe? you
Well,
do?
I was walking over to get a torch. He's probably gonna get to that firebolt way before I get back with the torch, but I'm walking over to get a torch. I'm the only
Say-
druid that can
There's
start
some
a fire.
torches hanging on the wall for when you go adventuring, just grab a torch. But they're not lit. They're not lit. So how you gonna light it?
Okay. Well, I keep tinder and things like that with me. Like I said, I'm the only druid who can't start a fire.
Make
But
an
I've got-
attack roll to light the torch.
I've got a kit. 4.
It's gonna take you a couple rounds.
All right. Well, let me see
So
what
far.
happens with his firebolt.
Yeah, well, on that, we're gonna roll initiative. Istir,
All right.
Give me
It's
initiative roll,
gonna
add your dex.
be 9.
21.
Okay. You are busy lighting the torch, HYphe. And Al-Kad's kind of confused of what was happening. And you start to see the rug, it moves up and down as if something's under it.
Or if it's breathing, does it definitely look like something's under it, or does it look like it's breathing?
It's moving in an unnatural way, like rugs don't move, like it's breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
casting a
you can get
fireball.
off here. You can get off your fireball. Okay, armor class 12.
15.
Hit. Give me damage.
Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, it's 2 fire damage. Not much.
You singe some of the hair off the rug, some of the wool, and then you notice right when you hit it with the firebolt, then you see somehow in the rug it like some teeth come out, like a mouth, and a large tongue. This is what it looks like, except it's a rug.
It's a mimic rug, yeah.
And yeah, be
And the
careful of
mimic
that
door.
door too.
Alka says, "Lord have mercy, what is going on here? Did you cast a spell on me, Istir? How dare you?
I'm not casting a spell at you. It's the rug.
This is sorcery."
The rug is definitely not a sorcery, and it's going to bite your ankles off if you're not going to get off it.
I didn't teach you this spell. What is the spell?
Well,
Okay,
why don't you ask it?
I'm gonna roll for Al-Kad to see where he's on initiative. What's your initiative? Go ahead and run initiative, HYphe.
Mine was a 21.
Okay, but you'll attack next round. We're gonna do the mimic first. Okay, so this pseudopod arm comes out of the rug and just moves to. It's like a hand, right? Comes out of the rug like in a hand shape, like a stretchy hand, and it goes to greet you like it wants to shake your hand. You greet it?
No.
Like it's your friend. No, you're not gonna go for that. You're not gonna fall for that trick. Okay, it's gonna try to grab you. Then here we go. I got armor class.
My armor class is 15, and if it goes above it, shield is going to activate, which is going to put me at
So you
20.
got your dexterity plus your mage armor.
Yes, it's 15.
And my shield is 20, right?
Yeah, so if it goes over it, tell me it's going to be a shield.
Here we go. Here we go. I got +5 to hit. Hit. It just grabs you. It grabs onto your torso, like right
Is
around
it
your waist.
above 20 though?
Grabs your clothes.
Because if it's going to hit me, it's going to be a reaction for shield.
It's hitting you.
Okay, so I'm activating the shield.
Okay, you activate your shield, and then your shield spell blocks it. It's grabbing onto this magical shield force and it can't get to you. Okay, so you cast shield, mage armor.
So for this round, it's going to be 20 AC until it ends.
And there's a mouth that forms under Al-Kad's feet, and it goes for a bite. Because Al-Kad's restrained, it has advantage on this to hit. Al-Kad's not going to cast his shield. He's going to get bit. D8 + 3 piercing damage. It bites Al-Kad's ankles. 9 piercing damage. Al-Kad's like, ow! My goodness. We have to get a better rug maker around here. This is not appropriate. Okay, HYphe, you can do something.
Those carpet bugs they can be brutal. So yeah. All right. So HYphe's gonna do it. You've seen her do a million times. Fingers out from her body, and arms outstretched, and she's gonna throw out some. You see some seeds getting chucked out from her pouch, and she says "Lavana," and she points. You see a big silvery beam with a 5-foot radius, this cylinder of radiant energy comes down right on top in the middle of the rug. So I need the rug to make Constitution saving throw, please. Oh, and yes, I am casting. I'm upcasting it.
Is that Moonbeam?
Yeah.
Can you read the spell for us, please?
I can only read my notes and I can pull it out if you need more than this. So pale silvery beam, 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on one point within 120 feet of me. Ghostly flames, searing pain, con saving throw, or 2d10 radiant damage. And I'm upcasting it, so it would be 3d10 radiant damage or half damage if it saves. Shape changer saves with disadvantage. And each round, I can use my action to move the beam up to 60 feet.
Very good. I want to read one part of that spell, which
People disagree as to where.
The shape changer
Whether it
makes
starts.
its saving throw with disadvantage.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
So yeah, so the mimic should make it the saving throw with disadvantage.
Well, unless I wrote it down a little lazy and it's something other than a shape. I think I wrote.
It is a
change.
shape changer.
Okay.
I have it open here.
Okay, good. Do you use D&D Beyond?
Sometimes,
I do
not all the
not.
time.
Yeah, that was it. The shape changer makes a saving throw with disadvantage.
Makes it with, okay, so
What's your DC?
16. 16.
I have plus 20 to 14. Man. I'll be
With
taking half damage
disadvantage?
this round. Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 and a 14. I'm very proud of that.
Ooh, nice rolls. 27 half.
Your pass is their level,
13.
right?
Yep. I rolled 3 dice, a 7, 8, and a 10. Or a 7. Now I think I've messed them up, but it was 27. So you
Okay.
take half. So 13.
I'm gonna make a
No.
perception check. I want Istir to make another perception check right now.
All right. Uh, 12.
Not quite enough. Al-Kad looks up while he's being bitten and he's getting upset, trying to get off the rug. He's stuck there. He will try to pull himself off the rug. It's a DC 13 strength check. Here we go. Or you can use dexterity. His strength is a little better. It's +3. Here we go. He yanks his feet with effort off the rug, and now he's standing next to the rug on the stone floor. His boots, though, are stuck to the rug. He goes, "Not my wizard's boots. They're just stuck there." And he's pulled himself away. And he looks up and he goes, "What is that behind you, Druidess?"
What is that?
Are you gonna look?
Did I hear anything, or do I think he might be just crazy?
Well, you know how Al-Kad is. He says the strangest things, but he seems genuine.
I'll still look.
Okay, you notice that door that you were going to go through, but you didn't really go through it. The new door has become unhinged, and it's standing there right behind you in the middle of the hall. It's a strange, and not only that, but it's bouncing by itself without being touched to anything. It's right behind you, and you notice it seems to be moving slowly toward you.
And does it look like there's something under it, or might be breathing, and maybe it has teeth?
No teeth yet, but it's interesting how it's moved off the hinge back through.
Yeah.
It walked about 20 feet by itself, basically. Okay, we're gonna go back to the top. The turn sequence is gonna be Istir.
I'm at 9 though.
Oh, that's okay. We'll do it like in order. Istir, the creatures, and then Al-Kad and HYphe. Okay. In that order. Okay, back to you.
All right. So the door moves as well now. And
You
Al-Kad
don't notice it right
escaped
away,
the
but
rug.
then you notice the Al-Kad and HYphe are looking at it. So there's a commotion. Then you look up and you finally see that there's something out of place. There's a door that's standing in the middle of the walkway. Seems to be coming closer to HYphe from the back.
Okay.
And the rug is starting to move as well, back towards you and towards Al-Kad.
So what's the distance between the rug and the door?
About 20 or 30, between 25 feet.
25 feet between the rug and the door. All right. So I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt on the rug.
Okay, what does that do?
It's an
That's spell from
action.
Tasha's? That's spell from Tasha's?
What with pouches?
Is
No,
that
yes,
spell from Tasha's book?
Chaos Bolt? No, it's Xanatar's.
Oh, Xanatar's, very good. Okay, what does it do?
All right. So I'm going to upcast it second level. I'll explain to you what it does exactly. And I'm going to use my Sorcerer's ability. So I'm getting advantage. I'm using Tides of Chaos. So
It's a hit?
advantage. Yes.
Armor class 12.
All right. Tides of Chaos. It's going to be 12 plus 7. 19. I'm hurling a bolt of chaotic energy at it.
Which
Wobbling
element?
mass of chaotic energy, and the elements depend on what I roll on a damage if I hit it, which I do. So it's going to be 2d8 plus 2d6. Okay, and the damage is going to be thunder. So
Thunder
6,
damage.
10, yeah, 19 thunder damage.
Okay, you're gonna hit the rug, right? You hit the rug right in the center and it starts to split open. The creature is bloodied.
All right. And now I'm going to use my font of magic again, and I'm going to cast a firebolt at it again.
You're doing your special powers to do a cantrip and a
Yes.
spell the same. Okay, firebolt. Give me a armor class 12.
I miss. It's a 2. 2 plus
Okay, you
7,
shoot, like,
which
right-
is still not enough.
As the bolt comes towards the rug, it seems to recognize what's happening, and a hole opens up in the rug, and the bolt just goes right to hits the ground beneath it.
Gotcha.
And
And if
it's-
possible, I'm going to try and take as
it's
far
Al-Kad,
away
you
as
said.
possible to just, walk away. Sorry, you got cut off a little bit.
you're in between the two creatures.
Yeah, I'll try to move away.
You can move
Closer
30
to
feet.
one of the walls.
You can move 30 feet away, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you can move 30 feet away. Let's say back. Back away 30 feet. Okay, Al-Kad looks at you and says, Istir, time for a fireball?
Try a fireball at a door. It seems flammable.
He casts the magic words, and a big ball of flame ignites right here next to him, between the rug and the door, and that's gonna get
HYphe.
yes. And it might get Istir. Let me roll.
If I move 30 feet away from it, it shouldn't, but who knows?
Well, it's a 20
If you're going to
radius.
cast it at me.
It's a
20
20
feet radius, which is a
40
40 overall. Yeah.
diameter. Right.
If you're going to throw it right in between the two of them, there's not a much chance it's going to hit me as well.
Oh, D20 on 15 or higher, it hits you at the edge.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. Okay, so it's just basically Al-Kad, the creatures, both creatures, and HYphe. Okay, here we go. 86.
Oy.
Fireball explodes. Your hair flies up in flames. 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. One more dice. Hang on, still going. 26, 31, 36 damage. Save for half damage. Al-Kad's DC is
16 by this point, I think.
16, yeah, 16. 16. Dex check.
Nat 1.
Oh,
36
And as I'm
damage.
getting burnt alive, I'm screaming, Istir. The answer is always no.
I got the okay from the sorcerer.
Hmm.
I'm gonna commemorate this.
He have 11 hit points. Let's see if he blew himself up. He's gonna make a mistake. He's gonna jump after his own fireball, jump back in a dexterous manner. Here we go. DC 16. How do you save for your own fireball? You mean boom? Okay, here we go. I have +2 dex. So I need 14. Here we go. He saved. He dodged his own fireball. So he took 18 damage.
So happy.
17. Okay, his Metessi's life damage is completely exploded. He's into 1 hit point on his own life force, down to 30 with no diamonds. He gets singed by the flame and he goes, "Damn it! Gotta work on that." Where's the druid? HYphe, where are you? Just this ball of flames. Good to see you. It's like, are you hiding? HYphe, we have an encounter here. Damn it! Come on, fight. The whole floor is in flames, and you're just on the floor in flames. And Al-Kad's not seeing you. Okay, now it's your turn. Oh, I guess make a saving throw for concentration. You know, since he takes 36, ooh, that's gonna be tough. You're gonna 18. So the DC is 28, I think.
Wait, the
Oh, no,
DC
half the
is
damage.
28 to maintain concentration?
I think
No,
it's half the damage.
So it's 18. It's 18. What's your con?
12 plus 2. Not gonna make-
14, not enough. You lost
And you're in
concentration.
your power, your spell just kind of goes, it just goes away. And Al-Kad goes, what just happened? You want to do something else? Your turn.
It's my turn. Oh, wonderful. I am, as I start to cast my next spell, I'm backing away so that I'm not in between these two mimics. And I'm going to put my hands above my forehead like I'm about to catch a ball with a drop of water I pulled out of my pouch. And I'm going to cast Ice Knife. So I need to see if I can hit, and I'm casting it toward the, how close are they? Still 25 feet from each other?
Sorry, I forgot to say it first the fireball for the mimics. So let me make the saving throw. The first one is Dex +1, so he needs a 15. Here we go. Miss. Ooh, okay, so the red rug is completely obliterated, exploded, and it's gone in a puff of smoke. And the door got hit. And let's make a saving up for the door. Miss. Okay, so the door is exploded by the flames, and half, you know how like you see like in those sci-fi movies where there's like a cut in the fabric and it's like smoking like it was cut by a laser beam. So the door has like an oval where the fireball hit, like, and half of it's just completely cut by flames, and the door is bloodied. The door is in trouble. It
Okay,
starts moving like there's no what form to turn into next. And Al-Kad goes, aha! Kneel to my power. Good thing I'm here, guys, because you guys get in trouble. Gotta save you. This is like a recurring thing.
I think
right?
we could have outwalked those doors. If you wouldn't step into the rag in the first place.
What is this? Blame Al-Kad Day?
Blame Al-Kad evening. The day
back.
is still far beyond.
The door is gonna attack.
Wait, I didn't get
Let me
my
see.
spell off though. I cast an ice knife, and when I was trying to
Oh,
decide,
you're right. I'm
cast-
sorry. Back to you. So you need to roll. You need to roll your armor class.
right,
And since the rug is gone, you can attack the door. Right.
right.
Armor class 12. Continue with your spell.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I rolled a 12 plus whatever. So I rolled the 12. Yes.
You hit the door and it's on its last leg. It looks like.
1d10 piercing damage first, and then it's got to make a dex saving throw. But let's do the 1d10 first.
Okay, go for it.
3, a whopping 3 points, and then it needs to make a dex saving throw against 2d6 cold damage, please.
Save for half.
Save, no.
Want to read that part? Is it save for none?
Yeah,
It's
safe
safe.
for none, I think.
It's safe for none.
Okay. Give me a DC. 15.
My spell is
Yes.
spell is 16. So that
Yeah,
should
plus 1. I need a 15 or higher. Miss. I take the damage.
which is 7 points.
Ooh, not quite.
So 10 overall.
For cold damage, right?
Cold damage.
It's on its last 2x4. Just hopping around on a 2x4. It's still going. And that's gonna attack. Let me see. HYphe is the closest one, but let me say
I've been backing up.
1 through 3 HYphe, 4, 5 Al-Kad, 6 is gonna jump on Istir on a 6. He's not far away. HYphe, the door attacks you after you hit it with the ice knife in retribution. I got plus 5 to hit. A wooden pseudopod comes out of the door like a fist. It goes for a punch. Goes for a punch on me. I got armor class 15. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, 10 or higher. Hit. Damage D plus 3. Bludgeoning. 10 damage. Oof. You get punched.
Are you on your last HP?
I sure am.
And the thing right away when it hits you, it sticks to you, and you're stuck on it, and it started to like curl around you like a snake. Okay, back to the top is there. The Druid's in trouble.
Okay. Ray of Frost. I'm gonna try a good old Ray of Frost on it.
And don't roll one. You roll one, you're gonna hit HYphe. Because she's so close.
Okay, it's gonna be a miss. Let's say an 11.
Okay, Al-Kad says, "Fireball, Istir."
Not yet.
The fireball worked last time.
I'm
And
going
I
to
can
use
dodge, so I'm fine. So I
the
don't see why
last
not.
the last 2 points I have left of the font of magic, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at this thing. Have nothing else left.
Okay, I'm class 12.
All right, which is gonna be 3 rays.
HYphe, you can speak up, Al-Kad says, "There you are. You've been hiding."
We can revive her later. Oh, all 3 hit. So it's a 18 plus 7, 15 plus 7, and a 9 plus 7.
This is a creature, a mimic who has changed into a door and it's on its last hopping 2x4, and it's wrapped around HYphe. And you've utterly destroyed it with your scorching rays. So how do you kill it? Describe how you kill it.
I'll just gonna shoot the 2x4 that it stands on and 2 more just into the door.
Okay, and it just burns up, and HYphe's there, and it just falls to the ground and releases her from its grasp. And the fires die down, so to a small, smoky remainder of Al-Kad's fireball.
Can I do something?
Yes.
Can I cast Cure Wounds, please, at 3rd level?
Yes, give me healing damage.
I'll use my ability that you gave me as well.
Oh, wow, okay. Give me healing damage, both of you.
On her as well. So it's a D8, 3 plus
13.
5.
13?
13 from mine.
And then give me yours.
And 8 more from me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Plus 21. So you have 22 hit points.
And I
Start
walk
it.
immediately up to Al-Kad and I punch him as hard as I can with my 10 strength in the thigh, in the side of the thigh, hoping to give him a Charlie horse.
Give me an attack roll.
Natural 1.
Have you ever been so mad like you punched the wrong thing? You hurt yourself? Like if you have brothers and sisters, right, growing up.
No, but I can
You do?
imagine.
You're so upset. You're like, you just punched out Cat and he kind of turns, you hit his rope and you hit the side of the not the flame, you hit the side of the round conical structure that the fire is in. So basically at the wall with your fist. You go like, not a full damage, but just enough that it hurts, you know?
Mhm.
And Al-Kad says, what in the world? This is no time for shenanigans.
Well, guess what? I go right back to him and I try again to hit him in the thigh.
Give me an
I'll
attack
roll
roll.
for my magic
Anger.
surge for now.
Armor class, what's it? Armor class 15.
I miss again, but not so badly. Not on that one, but I still don't hit him.
Istir, control this. Istir, control this Druid, this gnome. My
Let
goodness.
me roll for wild magic surge beforehand. For the last spell I cast.
He says, no, I saved you. I killed the creatures single-handedly. Didn't you see my fireball go out?
My fist
Was it
goes
me?
out again. My fist goes out again. This time 12 plus, what do I get? What do I get? No.
So,
Oh, do I get
Godric,
anything else?
Yes.
it's the first time it went off. I got a natural 1, which means I'm rolling for a wild magic effect.
Go for it.
32. Okay,
Listen,
so while you're trying to fight in between each other, Istir just disappears.
what
Vanishes.
happened? What's the result?
And in 6 seconds, he reappears back, and he's like, "Well, that was a little bit weird.
What just happened?
Read
I
the
was
attack.
transported to the astral plane until the end of my next turn.
Why? Why?
Wild magic effect.
Wow. All right. Anything going on there that we should know about?
Did I see anything
Yeah.
in the astral plane,
Uh-huh.
Roderick? Is there anything hidden around us?
You saw a huge eyeball, and you were on top of it. It looked like a dome-shaped ball, big ball you're on. You looked at it, its eyeball was moving. It belonged to an even huger creature that expanded so much you couldn't even see the end of it.
Are you
And
all
before
sticky?
I had a chance to react, he's a little sticky. He has some eyeball juice. Before he had a chance to react, he teleported back. And Al-Kad says, wait a minute. You didn't tell me you had a teleport spell. You need to see through this spell now.
It's
At which
not
point
my
I
spell.
I punch him again. 14
taco?
again. 14.
You hit his robes and you barely graze him. And he's so tall, you know, it's like you basically hit him in the legs. Since Druid, control yourself. This is no time for shenanigans. I just killed this. It's my fireball. Did you see that?
Al-Kad, you forgot about your shoes. They're still out there burning with the rug.
shoes. Since they were destroyed by his fireball, I'd say his shoes went up in smoke. It was not my wizard boots. Oh no! Do you have that mending spell? But there's just ash. There's just nothing left to mend. He's asking for a mending spell. Does it work on
we
ash?
cannot fix that, unfortunately.
So he's basically barefoot for a while. Maybe he's in his wizard socks with the arcane symbols. So he has wizard socks on. I have to deal with that. This is most concerning, friends. We have to make sure that we don't order any more of those things from Amazon. You can't trust them.
Who's Amazon?
You know, the delivery service, you know.
Isn't that a place?
Can't trust these
In
things.
some other world? What's in place of the door now? Is the regular door there or is it an opening?
The regular door's there, and it's you know, worn, badly worn, and soiled and dirty, and it's closed.
Is there any sign of the Baroness?
She went out since you guys were fighting. She has gone into the night.
I
Escaped.
think we should look for a different place to stay, rest. It's too much. Too many times we're getting attacked in this place. No protection, nothing. I think staying in the tavern is still an option.
Just then the security comes from the front door. He wakes up, he's off his break, he's off his barrel. He has a little pike and he has the hat for the Grimm family, like his uniform. He goes, "What happened? Do you need my help?" "I'm patrolling." "What's happened?" "I'm patrolling. I'm on patrol. Do you need my help?"
Who brought the new rugs here?
"What new rugs?"
Exactly.
"I don't see any rugs."
Exactly. That's the problem. What have you seen today?
Well, I just got off my break, so you can't hold, you know, I just got off my break, so I just got here, so I don't know what's happening.
So are you patrolling or at a break?
Well, I have another
break.
Yeah, I have another break in 15 minutes. So you have me for 15 minutes. What do you need? Let me smoke. Just start smoking a cigarette.
No,
What's going
nothing
on?
much. Just to do your job. Make sure no suspicious, weird people get around the castle. Keep the doors closed.
Dad, can't you set up some kind of barrier, a detection system, something with your skills? I would think that would be a possibility. Because things get in here all the time. Ishtar's right.
Well, that seems like an awful lot of work, Miss. I don't know what you have in mind, but seems like an awful lot of work to do all that.
By this point, tying a bunch of empty cans on a fishing rod around the castle is going to work better than the guards.
You hear a clanging of metal cans every 5 minutes. Clang, clang. You guys can't sleep now. They can't sleep or nothing.
So is there any evidence outside the castle from that side door? I mean, probably, obviously no footprints or anything, but any tracks at all? I liked where Istir was headed, thinking that maybe there was some kind of magic user in a different form guiding the tensor's floating disc. And so maybe there might be tracks or something, anything that we see, clues for where she might
That's
be.
the funny thing there. Since she was hovering in the air on the disc, she was basically sitting on it with her feet down. There's no tracks that you can find. Make a perception check, both of you guys. Al-Kad's not. Al-Kad's gonna be like, I'm have to ready my next spell. I shall not be disturbed for a few minutes.
Did you say perception?
9.
Or
Yes, perception.
21.
You don't see any trail, but you do see a dim light in the distance. Maybe it's just far enough into the forest so you can barely see a flicker of what is a glowy, tinsel floating disc. It's like a purple, violet color, and that's the color of it. And that you see it go into the what we call the petrified forest. So it's a dangerous place, and no place for baronesses or sleeping people. But maybe you don't know.
Well, let's at least head that way and see what we can see. Before we do, I have a cupped hand that I say, Al-Kad, can you bend down and look at this? I found this under the rug.
He does bend down.
I grab him like in a pinch or by the hair on his whiskers, and I say, you burnt me up and almost killed me with your fireball. Ask me next time whether you can cast a fireball. Please, you almost killed me. And I grab it a little bit and shake it. His whiskers.
Oh.
But let's go. For now, let's go. Next time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit you?
Yeah, you did. You almost burnt me up.
Well, you can't blame me. I mean, you're so small. I can barely see you.
Do I need to wear like a tall hat or something for you?
Yes. Wear a hat. Wear a big cone hat like a wizard, and I can see you then. See?
Right.
Making progress.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So you guys exit the castle. You're in the middle. You're going. That petrified forest is pretty close. It's maybe 400 yards. So that's where you saw the flickering lights. You go past some rocks before you go into the forest, and the rocks are kind of you gotta climb them, so they're blocking the way that the tensor disc went. You have to climb the rocks. Are you going to?
I'll try to do it stealthy if it's possible.
Yeah, both of you guys give me a dex check. You want to do stealth? You want to do?
Yeah, I want to do stealth.
They're jagged rocks, so it's a DC 9 dex check.
To go up the rocks.
You can also use athletics if you have athletics, which I know you don't.
I'm gonna wild shape. Sorry, go ahead.
DC 9. With,
I got it.
Al-Kad's going.
I'm gonna wild shape into a raccoon. I can see.
Al-Kad trips on the rocks. D4 damage. She takes 4 damage.
Can a raccoon chuckle?
What?
Can a raccoon chuckle?
Yes.
Okay, I do.
I got a 20 on the getting up and 16 plus 4, which is another 20 on the stealth.
You climb across the rocks with ease. And HYphe, you give me a check to climb rocks. Wait, you're a raccoon. I'll give you an advantage because you're a raccoon, but you still have to roll a DC 9.
Sure. So the first one roll was an 11 and a 14.
You get over the rocks and you see Al-Kad stumbling in his wizard's robe, tripping over his robe, no shoes, wizard socks, just like falling like a elderly person that lost his cane and lost his way.
Now I feel bad, but I still chuckle.
Well, because help me. Well, somebody will help here, guys.
Don't you have a little bit of levitation and things?
Yes, levitation. Yes, that's right.
You said yourself you're not. You shouldn't use a lot of your physical capabilities.
He has levitate. He's casting levitate, and he rises above the rocks and straightens up. But then he goes, "Well, how do I go forward? It only goes up and down."
Go back down.
He goes back down. He pushes himself against the rocks, Then he starts going forth. Every once in a while, he'll go down and press himself forward as the spell works. Goes down, dress himself
I'll
forward.
look at it. I'll look at it for a little bit and then I'll throw him a rope. And while he levitates,
And then you can pull him like a kite. You can pull him like a, so this is working really well. I like this idea. You pull him like a kite. He's basically floating with holding onto the rope, going forward into the forest. And he goes ahead and casts his invisible servant, unseen servant. He does that, and then he brings out the mason jar and pops Herbert from a pocket dimension, his trusty seahorse familiar, into the watery mason jar. And an invisible unseen servant is holding his familiar ahead of him, in front of him, and Al-Kad starts to look through his eyes. This is a good
Okay,
idea.
I'll try to peek around as well.
Okay,
And
go
I-
into a dark, deep forest, but the trees are all petrified. They're all stony, sharp, jagged trees, and the rocks are also jagged, and the earth itself is dried and dead.
With us being so close to the to Baron Grimm's castle, we would have heard, stories about the petrified forest, and what to be careful of, and if there are any tricks and tips about. I mean, there would have been lore. It's so close. Is he gone? Oh, there you are.
We're
What do we
going to end there,
Okay.
Yeah, for now.
and we're going to pick up next week. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Good job. Al-Kad says thank you. Sorry for the fireball. Wear that cone. I'll see you every time.
Thank
Wear that cone.
Sure.
Okay, now.
Thanks.
Make sure not to take a red one so you'll not look like a garden gnome.
Yes.
Hey.